What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the market, what's going on with it a little bit today, and we're also going to talk about Nio. Got a little bit of news on that. Nothing crazy exciting, but just a little bit. But before we hop into that, we ask you guys hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the month. Don't even know if that's possible, but we ask if we, maybe we can. I don't know. But also link in the description for the Discord. If you guys looking to hop into the community over there, we got over 100 members in this Discord. Fantastic community. Everyone always, it seems like every day now we're getting to the point where every day it seems like a bunch of us are just talking about pre-market stuff, what's going on. A lot of us talking about Nio and what our plans are. So if you guys are interested in that, you also get access to our portfolio, which we constantly change all the time. We're updating it, changing things, making it better, trying to get as much growth out of that as possible. But we're also going to be doing a Discord only portfolio. So if you guys want access to that, we'll be pushing that out maybe in about a month or so. Still kind of putting the fine tune on that, but that's going to be a benefit to the Discord, where we ask people in the Discord what they think we should put into a portfolio, and let's see how much we can grow that portfolio. But again, if you guys want any of that, link in the description for the Patreon to get into there. But without further ado, man, let's give it some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So let's start off with the overall market. Not looking too hot today. Just jobless claims came out. They were a little higher than they expected. So that's not a shock there. A lot of hard times going on with the whole COVID thing. So that doesn't surprise me there. Also, the bond yields are starting to increase. So that's never a good sign. We saw that last week, and how much of a hurt that put on everybody. And it kind of put a hurt on everybody today too. So it's not just any certain stock. It's the whole market in general, man. There's nothing that's just, hey, it's just Nio, or it's just Tesla, or it's just JP Morgan and Chase. No, it's everybody. There's literally nothing that's escaping
even
this.
Today, a lot of the stocks that were up yesterday, like some of the financial sector has been doing pretty good. Last time I looked today, it was also down. So.
Yeah. Yep, it was. But yeah, so let's go ahead and hop into Nio. So let's start off today with let's just start off the day with with what's going on with Nio. So there's a little bit of news reports coming out today that Nio is going to be opening their first second generation battery swapping station in Beijing on April 15th. So that's big news there. The supplier that is supplying Nio with these, the battery swapping stations, says that the average cost for each station is going to be about $230,000. But I guess that's big news there, for them to keep pushing this out. The supplier also said that I'm looking over my notes real quick, that Nio's expecting to exceed over 300 built second generation battery swapping stations this year alone. And that equals over $69 million spent on that. So I think that's good. I think that's good that they're expanding, those second generation swapping stations, because they're faster, they're better, there's just so much more to them that make them better.
Yeah, they do the whole diagnostic thing too, and just they're faster, which is nice.
And I know you can access them from inside the car. You pretty much just pull up, according to the article I was reading, they take up 4 parking spaces, and the user of the Nio car drives up into the parking spot and actually just accesses the swapping station just from the iPad tablet looking thing in the middle of the car. So you don't even have to get out of the car. Like, how easy is that? They said the second generation swapping station will take about 2 to 3 minutes, which I think we read in a report yesterday is getting down to like 90 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I forget who said that, but yeah, we did read a report that they said 90 seconds.
Right. So it's just getting faster. But they said the second generation is getting faster because they're eliminating the lift process on it. So you no longer have to use the lifting process to change the battery. And they said they're increasing the speed of the battery swapping robot itself. So overall, it's just, even 2 to 3 minutes is still faster than me loading up my car with gasoline.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I think I might have said this in the Discord. I don't remember. But like I said before, by the time you turn your car off, take your seatbelt off, get out of the car, swipe your card, put in your PIN, take the whole nozzle thing, put it in your car, like at least a minute and a half's already gone by. Like a minute.
Right.
So like this can pretty much swap the battery before I could, even really start filling up my tank with gas. So
right.
That's pretty awesome.
So yeah, I'm hoping that this little bit of news. I mean, obviously everything in the whole market is down right now. I'm not expecting this little news to come out and change the stock, but you know, it's just a little bit more news that came out that we figured we'd just pass it along to you guys. Well, you know, there's also good things coming out of it too, you know, with Sinopec, and then you know, their price targets coming from all these other companies and stuff. So it's not all bad news.
So let's get into that. So CICC is one of China's leading investment banking firms, and they maintain a $85 price target for Nio. And they say that the sales expected to remain high for this year. So as we said before, they might have to cut back a little bit to 7,500 for Q2, 7,500 vehicles a month for Q2. But as we said in the last video too, that's still going to be above. They're still going to do more cars in Q2, even if they do have to cut back to 7,500,
right?
You know, than they did in Q1. But CICC expects Nio to sell around 93,000 cars this year. I think the original target was like 150, but you know, they had to cut back and stuff.
Right.
And, I mean, still 93 is nothing to, you know, nothing to sneeze at, I guess.
Right. You know, yeah. I mean, especially from where they're at now and you know, where they were at last year. So, you know, it's more growth. That's what you want to see.
Right. So, Nick, an analyst over at JP Morgan, lowered his price target on the stock from 75 to 70, but he's keeping his outperform rating on the stock. So he explains that his only real concern is that the stock dilution has cut the value of Nio shares slightly. You know, earnings losses and production risk don't seem to really bother him at all,
which is good.
Is good.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's really good.
Right. Well, real quick too, you know, that comes in, you know, I feel like a lot of these analysts are seeing this pullback here, you know, as far as like Nio as far as it's going to keep dropping. Like right now we're sitting, if we look at the chart real quick, we're sitting at like the $41 mark. I mean, honestly, we pulled all the way back down to 37 today. 37 freaking dollars. It's crazy. As far as it getting down to, you know, to the 30s, we've had a couple people in Discord asking if we think it's gonna get down to, you know, 20s or 30s. Honestly, it's hard telling. You know, nobody can obviously predict the market. We're not financial advisors. We always advise you guys to always do your own research, consult your own financial advisor. You know, always make your own assumptions before doing anything. But honestly, I could see this thing pulling back to mid 30s, and then hopefully start to recover from there. But it's so hard telling. You know, especially with days like today, if we don't get off this 40 mark, like we've been up into 40, like we started off today in 43 and pulled back to 37. So if tomorrow's another red day, I can honestly see it pull back down to 35 and maybe settling at 38. You know,
right. And there's been a trend lately, at least the last couple of days, where you know everything's looking pretty good, and then you know it just sells off.
Right.
Like this morning, pretty much my whole portfolio was green.
Right.
And then just everything just sold. I think everyone's just. You know, they see a 3%, you know, growth, they just sell it.
Right, exactly.
And that's not helping anything.
Exactly.
But talking about some more analysts, this Wedbush analyst said they remain bullish on the EV stocks, just EV stocks in general, saying Chinese EV companies are just starting to scratch the surface of potential sales in China. And they're projecting $5 trillion, like a $5 trillion market opportunity over the next 10 years. So that's based on a growth in the EV market penetration from 3% today, where it is today, to 10% by 2025.
Right.
So, you know, obviously, as we said before too, EV is just going to get more popular. China's pretty much the biggest market over there. And EVs just in general are just going to go up.
Right. Right. And that's what we want to see, you know? So hopefully.
Well, right. And it's nice that all these analysts just aren't jumping ship like a lot of these weak-handed investors, pretty much.
Right.
Getting scared and just jumping ship.
Right.
They're actually, you know, they actually see the potential of Nio and they're sticking with it.
Right.
So that is good.
Right.
So as we said with like Sinopec back earlier in this video, bitauto.com's report on March 3rd, which is yesterday, also mentioned that Nio would announce a strategic partnership agreement with Sinopec. They didn't give any further details, but we've done a video about this before. They've met up. The chairman of Sinopec visited a Nio swap station during the Chinese New Year, and we reported on that back then.
Right.
And that's, you know, huge news because Sinopec is massive. But at the end of February, William Li, founder and CEO of Nio visited Sinopec, and they discussed the trend of the EV industry and the charging and battery swap facility construction.
Right.
So, just trying to, give him more information on all that, which is obviously good.
Right.
And, that they announced, that they're going to be doing a strategic partnership agreement with Sinopec.
Right.
That's
going to be a massive catalyst. That'll be a massive catalyst for Nio. I'm really hoping they don't announce something now because it's not going to be good.
I think a lot of companies aren't really announcing anything right now because there's
need
really no
to
point of
that.
it.
100%, you need to avoid that.
It's not going to help.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll have to.
But
go ahead.
So since Sinopec is just massive, how they have they're the biggest one out there. So you think of all their gas stations, if they just put in a swapping station, at any number of them, it could be a measly little 5%. That's still a huge amount of swapping stations.
Exactly.
And that's just only going to help build the whole network of swapping stations and everything. So it kind of gets rid of the whole EV. Why a lot of people are scared to have EVs, just the battery issues and stuff. So that's only going to help, obviously. So
Yeah, we'll have to see if anything new comes out about that. I would expect more to come out about that in the next coming months or so. We'll have to wait and see. But if anything comes out about that, we'll pass it along your guys' way. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. So if you guys like this kind of content, hit that like, share, notification about all that good stuff. It really helps us grow the channel. And again, we're trying to hit 2,000 subs by the end of March. Don't even know if it's possible, but if you aren't subbed, hit that sub button. I think there's like 80% of you guys watching this video aren't subbed. So just hit it for us, please.
Smash it.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but just smash it. Do it now. Again, link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to join that. Get over the Discord, join that community. Fantastic community. But we're just pretty much going to leave it at that, and we'll see you guys in the next one.